Have you ever wondered why some people seem to lose their spark as they age, while others radiate joy and vitality well into their later years? The truth is, the major damage we face as we grow older often comes not from illness, but from small, silent mistakes that quietly erode our happiness and freedom. In this video, we'll uncover 5 common pitfalls that many older adults unknowingly fall into, and more importantly, we'll show you practical ways to avoid them so you can live with strength, independence, and joy. Stay with us until the end to discover how these simple changes can transform your life or the lives of those you love, ensuring that growing older becomes a time of wisdom and fulfillment, not loss. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Number 1. Giving up control. Many individuals, particularly as they age or face life transitions, may believe that surrendering decision-making responsibilities to their children, caregivers, or others will simplify their lives and reduce stress. The notion of letting go of control over daily choices, such as what to eat for dinner, how to allocate personal finances, or which activities to pursue, can seem appealing, especially when faced with fatigue or uncertainty. However, this seemingly benign act of delegation can have profound and unintended consequences that erode one's sense of self, mental agility, and overall well-being. When you stop making choices, even small ones, you gradually relinquish your agency, the very essence of what defines your individuality. For example, allowing someone else to dictate your meal plan might seem trivial, but over time, it can disconnect you from your preferences, dietary needs, and the joy of creating something for yourself. Similarly, handing over financial decisions, such as budgeting for groceries or managing small investments, can leave you feeling detached from your resources and less capable of navigating life's practical demands. The same applies to planning daily activities, whether it's choosing to go for a walk, attend a community event, or pursue a hobby. When these decisions are outsourced, you risk losing touch with your desires and the ability to shape your own life. The psychological toll of this passivity is significant. The brain thrives on active engagement, and decision-making, even in mundane matters, stimulates cognitive processes like problem-solving, memory, and executive function. Research in neuroscience, such as studies published in journals like Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, indicates that reduced cognitive engagement can accelerate brain atrophy, particularly in areas like the prefrontal cortex, which governs planning and decision-making. When you stop exercising these mental muscles, your cognitive reserve, the brain's ability to adapt to challenges, diminishes, increasing vulnerability to conditions like dementia or mild cognitive impairment. Beyond cognitive decline, giving up control can devastate self-esteem and emotional health. Each decision you make reinforces your sense of competence and autonomy. Conversely, when others take over, you may internalize the message that you're no longer capable, leading to a downward spiral of self-doubt. This loss of confidence can manifest as apathy, anxiety, or even depression, as you begin to feel like a passenger in your own life. In extreme cases, individuals may perceive themselves as a burden to their families or caregivers, a sentiment that further erodes their sense of purpose and value. Maintaining control over small, manageable tasks is not just about preserving skills, it's about safeguarding your dignity and independence. For instance, cooking a simple meal, even if it's just scrambled eggs or a salad, engages multiple senses and cognitive functions, from planning ingredients to executing the recipe. Shopping for groceries, whether in-store or online, requires budgeting, decision-making, and physical activity, all of which contribute to mental and physical health. Similarly, managing a personal budget, even for minor expenses like a coffee outing or a magazine subscription, reinforces financial literacy and a sense of ownership over one's life. To maintain control, start with small, intentional actions. Create a weekly meal plan that reflects your tastes and nutritional needs. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 2. Withdrawing and social isolation. It's easy to assume that solitude offers tranquility, especially in a world that can feel overwhelming or chaotic. For some, retreating from social interactions, whether due to grief, health challenges, or a preference for quiet, seems like a path to peace. However, while occasional alone time can be restorative, chronic social isolation and withdrawal pose serious risks to both mental and physical health, quietly undermining well-being in ways that are often unnoticed until the damage is significant. Loneliness is not just an emotional state. It's a physiological stressor with measurable impacts on the body and brain. Research, such as studies from the National Institute on Aging, has shown that prolonged social isolation is associated with accelerated brain shrinkage, particularly in regions like the hippocampus, which is critical for memory and emotional regulation. This structural decline increases the risk of cognitive disorders, including Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. A 2020 study in The Lancet found that socially isolated individuals face a 26 to 29% higher risk of developing dementia compared to those with regular social engagement. The mental health consequences of isolation are equally alarming. Loneliness is a well-documented risk factor for depression, anxiety, and even suicidal ideation. Without regular social interaction, individuals miss out on the emotional validation, intellectual stimulation, and sense of belonging that human connections provide. Over time, this can lead to a vicious cycle. Loneliness breeds low self-worth, which makes it harder to reach out, further deepening isolation. Physically, the effects of social withdrawal are just as concerning. Chronic loneliness triggers a stress response that elevates cortisol levels, leading to inflammation and weakened immune function. According to research from the American Heart Association, social isolation is linked to a 29% increased risk of heart disease and a 32% higher risk of stroke. These risks are comparable to those posed by smoking or obesity, underscoring the profound impact of social disconnection on longevity and quality of life. Combating isolation doesn't require grand gestures or a packed social calendar. Even small, consistent efforts to connect with others can yield significant benefits. A phone call to a friend or family member, for example, provides an opportunity to share stories, laugh, and feel heard. A brief visit with a neighbor or a quick coffee meetup can break the monotony of solitude and foster a sense of community. For those with mobility or geographic limitations, writing a letter or email, joining an online book club, or participating in virtual community groups can bridge the gap. These interactions, however modest, stimulate the brain, boost mood, and reinforce a sense of being valued and loved. To build and sustain social connections, consider integrating them into your routine. Schedule a weekly call with a friend or relative, much like you would a doctor's appointment. Join a local group that aligns with your interests, such as a walking club, art class, or volunteer organization. If in-person engagement feels daunting, start with low-pressure options, like commenting on a friend's social media post or sending a text to check in. For those in rural areas or with limited access to transportation, community centers, libraries, or religious organizations often offer programs or transportation services to facilitate connection. Ultimately, staying socially engaged is an investment in your health and happiness. By nurturing relationships, you not only protect your brain and body but also cultivate a sense of purpose and belonging that enriches your life. Number 3. Not moving regularly. As we age, many people fall into the trap of believing that persistent feelings of tiredness, muscle stiffness, or generalized aches are an unavoidable part of growing older, signaling a need for more rest or a sedentary lifestyle. This misconception, however, can set off a detrimental cycle of inactivity that accelerates physical decline and undermines overall health. Far from being a solution, a lack of regular movement contributes to a cascade of negative effects. Muscles weaken due to disuse, bones become more brittle as bone density decreases, and balance deteriorates, significantly increasing the risk of falls. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths and hospitalizations among adults aged 65 and older, with over 3 million emergency room visits annually in the U.S. alone. A single fall can lead to fractures, especially hip fractures, prolonged recovery periods, or a permanent loss of mobility, which can erode independence and quality of life. The science behind the benefits of staying active is compelling. Regular physical activity strengthens muscles, improves bone density, enhances cardiovascular health, and sharpens coordination and balance, all of which are critical for preventing falls and maintaining autonomy. Importantly, staying active doesn't require intense workouts or athletic prowess. Small, consistent efforts can yield transformative results. For example, incorporating just 15 to 20 minutes of daily movement can make a significant difference. Simple activities like brisk walking around the neighborhood, gardening, or even performing household chores with intention, e.g., vacuuming with purposeful strides, can improve endurance and muscle strength. Stretching exercises, such as gentle leg or arm stretches, enhance flexibility, reduce joint stiffness, and alleviate discomfort from conditions like arthritis. Low-impact exercises like Tai Chi or yoga are particularly effective for older adults, as they improve balance and core strength while being gentle on the joints. For those interested in strength training, using light dumbbells, resistance bands, or even bodyweight exercises, like chair squats, can help preserve muscle mass and bone health, counteracting the natural decline associated with aging. Beyond the physical benefits, regular movement has profound effects on mental and emotional well-being. Exercise stimulates the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals, which can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, conditions that are often exacerbated by isolation and inactivity in older adults. Physical activity also supports cognitive health by increasing blood flow to the brain, which may lower the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that older adults who engaged in moderate physical activity at least 3 times a week showed improved memory and executive function compared to their sedentary peers. Moreover, staying active fosters a sense of accomplishment and vitality, helping older adults maintain their zest for life. Getting started doesn't have to be overwhelming. For those new to exercise or with mobility limitations, begin with small, achievable goals. Try a 5-minute walk around the house, perform seated stretches during a favorite TV show, or practice standing up and sitting down repeatedly to build leg strength. Local community centers often offer senior-friendly exercise classes, such as water aerobics or chair yoga, which provide both physical benefits and social interaction. Consulting a healthcare provider or physical therapist is a wise step to design a personalized plan that accounts for individual health conditions, such as arthritis or heart disease, ensuring safety and effectiveness. By integrating movement into daily routines, whether it's dancing to favorite music, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or joining a walking group, older adults can reclaim their physical strength, enhance their mental clarity, and preserve their independence, all while rediscovering the joy of an active life. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 4. Fearing and avoiding technology. In an increasingly digital world, many older adults view technology as an intimidating, overly complex, or even unnecessary addition to their lives. This hesitation triad reluctance often stems from unfamiliarity, fear of making mistakes, or a belief that traditional methods of communication and task management are sufficient. However, avoiding technology in today's interconnected society can lead to significant drawbacks, including social isolation, reduced access to essential services, and missed opportunities to simplify daily tasks. Technology is no longer a peripheral luxury. It's a critical tool for staying connected, informed, and independent. By shying away from digital tools, older adults risk disconnecting from the world around them, whether it's missing out on video calls with grandchildren, struggling to schedule telehealth appointments, or being unable to access real-time information like weather alerts, health advisories, or community events. Embracing technology, even at a basic level, can open doors to a richer, more connected, and more convenient life. The benefits of learning technology are vast and tangible. For instance, mastering simple smartphone functions like texting or video calling through apps like WhatsApp, FaceTime, or Zoom can bridge geographical gaps, allowing older adults to share in family milestones. Imagine the joy of virtually attending a grandchild's school performance or celebrating a birthday with loved ones across the country. Beyond personal connections, technology offers practical solutions to everyday challenges. Medication reminder apps, such as MediSafe or Pill Reminder, send alerts to ensure prescriptions are taken on time, reducing the stress of managing complex schedules. Online banking and bill pay systems eliminate the need for trips to the bank, while grocery delivery services like Instacart or Amazon Fresh make shopping accessible for those with mobility issues. Smart home devices, such as Amazon Echo or Google Nest, allow users to set reminders, control lights, or even call for help with simple voice commands, enhancing both safety and convenience. For example, saying, "Alexa, remind me to take my medication at 8 p.m." can streamline daily routines. Learning technology doesn't have to be daunting, and the rewards far outweigh the initial effort. Many communities offer free or low-cost technology workshops specifically designed for seniors, available at libraries, senior centers, or online through organizations like AARP or Senior Planet. These programs break down skills into manageable steps, teaching basics like how to send an email, browse the internet safely, or use a touchscreen. For those without access to classes, family members or friends can serve as patient instructors, guiding learners through tasks like setting up a video call or downloading a health app. A step-by-step approach works best. Start with one task, such as sending a text message, and practice it consistently before moving to the next. For example, learning to text might involve 3 steps: opening the messaging app, selecting a contact, and typing a short message like, "Hello." Over time, these small victories build confidence and reduce anxiety about technology. Importantly, embracing technology can combat the loneliness that affects nearly 1/3 of older adults, according to the National Institute on Aging. Virtual book clubs, online hobby groups, or social media platforms like Facebook allow seniors to connect with peers who share their interests, fostering a sense of community. Technology also empowers independence by enabling access to telehealth services, online learning platforms, e.g., Coursera for free courses, or even entertainment like streaming movies on Netflix. Safety is a valid concern, but simple precautions, like avoiding suspicious links and using strong passwords, can minimize risks. By taking small, supported steps to learn technology, older adults can stay engaged with loved ones, manage their lives more easily, and find new sources of joy and empowerment in a digital world. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 5. Not setting boundaries with adult children. Out of deep love and a natural desire to support their offspring, many parents find themselves unable to say no to their adult children, often agreeing to every request or demand, even when it takes a significant toll on their mental, emotional, and financial well-being. While this instinct to nurture and provide stems from a place of care, living without clear boundaries can lead to a host of unintended consequences, including strained relationships, feelings of being taken advantage of, and even deep-seated resentment. Setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness or rejection. Rather, it is a vital practice that fosters mutual respect, protects personal well-being, and strengthens family dynamics for the long term. When parents fail to establish boundaries, they may inadvertently enable unhealthy patterns of dependency. For example, an adult child might repeatedly ask for financial assistance without taking steps toward independence, leaving parents feeling drained or trapped in a cycle of obligation. This dynamic can erode trust and create tension, as parents may begin to feel that their generosity is expected rather than appreciated. Over time, this lack of boundaries can lead to emotional exhaustion, where parents sacrifice their own needs, such as time for self-care, hobbies, or financial security, to meet their child's demands. In some cases, parents may even neglect their relationships, health, or retirement planning, which can breed resentment not only toward their children but also toward themselves for not asserting their limits. Setting boundaries, on the other hand, is a proactive and loving act that benefits both parents and adult children. Clear boundaries provide a framework for healthy relationships by defining expectations and responsibilities. For instance, a parent might decide to offer financial support for a specific purpose, such as education or a medical emergency, but set a clear limit on ongoing financial aid to encourage their adult child to develop self-sufficiency. This approach not only preserves the parent's resources but also empowers the adult child to take ownership of their life choices. Boundaries can also extend to emotional and time-related demands. For example, a parent might lovingly communicate that they need personal time to recharge or pursue their interests, rather than being constantly available for their adult child's needs. Implementing boundaries requires open communication and consistency. Parents can start by having an honest conversation with their adult children, explaining their limits and the reasons behind them. This might sound like, "I love you and want to support you, but I can't continue to provide financial help indefinitely because I need to ensure my stability." Such conversations, while potentially uncomfortable, demonstrate respect for both parties and set the stage for healthier interactions. It's also important for parents to remain firm in upholding these boundaries, even if their adult child pushes back. Consistency reinforces the message that boundaries are not negotiable, which ultimately builds mutual respect. Moreover, setting boundaries does not mean cutting off support or love. Instead, it's about creating a balanced relationship where both parties can thrive. For adult children, boundaries encourage personal growth, accountability, and independence. For parents, they provide the freedom to enjoy their own lives without guilt or resentment, while still maintaining a loving connection with their children. Healthy boundaries might include agreements about how often to communicate, what kinds of support are reasonable, or how to handle disagreements respectfully. For example, a parent might agree to help with childcare occasionally but decline to be the primary caregiver, ensuring they have time for their pursuits. Ultimately, setting limits is an act of self-care and love for both the parent and the adult child. It fosters relationships built on mutual respect, clear expectations, and genuine appreciation, rather than obligation or guilt. By establishing and maintaining boundaries, parents can protect their mental, emotional, and financial health while empowering their adult children to navigate life with confidence and independence. This approach not only prevents conflict and burnout, but also cultivates stronger, more resilient family bonds that can withstand the challenges of time. That wraps up our look at the 5 common mistakes that can silently rob you of happiness as you age, and the simple steps you can take to avoid them for a life filled with joy, independence, and vitality. Growing older can be a time of incredible wisdom and fulfillment if you steer clear of these pitfalls. So, what's one thing you've learned today that stood out to you? What's one change you're inspired to bring into your life to make your later years shine? Share it with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips on living your best life at any age. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.